Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, and she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. Now my phone be blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic when she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might be coming at it. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, then you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a five-star, baby. Packing out to see this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her, work that mouth.
Coach, what's next for me, Joe? I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Space showing for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, though they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mafia, shout out to anybody that was tuned into the live stream last night. Guys, Bitcoin is just straight submitting to the Mafia's TA here. Let's get it. I want to talk about where price is going to go next, guys. Are we looking for a big move to the upside? Is the bottom in for Bitcoin? I think some people think the bottom is in. We're going to take a look at the charts and see if we have anything that could point to the bottom being in. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I am handling the trades and kind of my next moves here as far as my plan. And yeah, guys, the $180,000 long from last night is absolutely slapping right now. But as you know, last night we were in that long position with the idea that this move was going to bring us up to these prices. And we are literally sitting in that zone we were looking at last night. And now it is time to assess that price action and figure out if we are more likely to get a pullback or if we're just going to rip through these levels and come up to some higher prices. And if we do, what are those levels going to be to the upside and the downside? I'm going to go over the whole plan so the Mafia knows where price is going to go next. So shout out to the Mafia. Go ahead and smash that like button if you have not already. If you've been catching some of these trades, smash that like button. Shout out to the premium Discord. If you guys are in here, smash that like button. But thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And yeah, let's see what we got in here. We got Kush Patel. What is going on? We got Torgato in the chat. Not to be confused with Borgato. Shout out to you, man. We got Proud Gun Owner in the chat. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. We got to stick together, man. But shout out to you. We got John Bucci, my paisan, in the chat. Good to see you in here. We got Nirvana. We got, let's see. Shout out to Justin. Says, how many times is the Bitcoin bottom in? I don't know. I'm looking for a pull. I'm gonna talk exactly why I'm looking for the pullback. But we long that bottom, baby. So I don't really care. If the bottom is in, guys, like I said last night, or in the market update earlier today as well. If the bottom's in, we're prepared. We're in that now $153,000 long because I did take some profits. You got to take profits along the way. So if the bottom's in, we rip. We're going to cash in on that long position, but we are not going to miss an opportunity to look for those shorts if we are going to put that lower high in. And it's based off of specific things on the charts. I don't just make calls for random reasons here, right? We look for those moves, and you might think to yourself, like, hang him every time. Like, we look for that move up to where we are right now, but like, how does Frankie know that we're going to go up there, right? And the truth to that is I don't know, right? I'm just, taking that educated guess, looking for the highest probability outcome. But those although lately Bitcoin is just like, we're like, go here. Bitcoin's like, yes, sir. But it's not always like that, guys. Sometimes the TA doesn't play out, and that's why you got to protect yourself on either side. So I want to break it all down to you guys. I'll show you how I'm handling everything. Shout out to, let's see. We got Jesse in the chat, Captain Kirk, Tyler Durden, Rob the Crypto Stomp, Chemistry Bro, Captain Kirk. I almost said Captain Billy. Crypto Billy, guys. Smash that like button if you have not already. And without further ado, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here and see if we can call this next move once again. Let's get into it. Oh, God, go. Well, actually, hang on. This is old. This is from today, but these are old. Okay, I thought I almost leaked. Some secret sauce there in the premium. I always scroll up in case I pull that up. It's just not fair for the people who pay if we leak all those setups and stuff. But let's see. Shout out to Satoshi Glakamoto, one of the best names in the game here. What is going on, bro? Good to see you. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here, guys, because we have some interesting stuff. Now, as you guys know, last night, on the live stream, and I believe did we do a market update? We've been doing a lot of market updates lately. I think we did one yesterday. But as you guys know, we were looking at this move to continue to the upside based off of some very specific things, right? And before we take a look at these local levels, guys, as you can see, we are now at a value area high, right? We've gone from the low. This was part of the reason why we anticipated the move back up to the POC and then the move back up to the value area high. Once again, in real time, there is the volume profile playing out absolutely beautifully, right? It's not, we don't just like look at this stuff and hope it plays plays out, right? It is statistically more likely for these things to play out, at least based off my history, right? Or the history that I've tested. So let's go ahead. I want to hide these scalp levels real quick, and I want to actually go ahead. Let me actually organize this a little bit. Let me pull this up in here, drop that in this folder, keep it nice and neat. But first off, let's go ahead. I'm going to talk about the higher time frames. We'll talk about the lower time frames, and I'll talk to you guys about exactly how I'm handling this local price action in here. But first, let's go ahead and zoom out here. We got to start on the higher time frames, do that top-down analysis, and figure out what the heck is going on here. Now, obviously, guys, for the, let's see here. Let's see. For the 238th day, here is our main range from the top. Obviously, this is our major range that we've been in for 283 days, but as you guys know, we looked for that long down here. We took that in the premium Discord. We even talked about it on the live stream. I didn't give the setup, but we talked about that being a very strong level of support. We rode that all the way up until these prices up here. We took some profit. I wound up closing the whole trade as we kept pushing up, taking those extra profits off the table in case we saw a pullback. And then we got that little pullback here. And I'm going to talk about, we're going to go high time frame, which is what I would consider this. And then we'll go medium time frame, which is going to be that $67,000 range that we've been looking at right here. Right? And then we'll go local, and we'll talk about the super low time frames in here and what is likely to happen locally. So higher time frames, obviously, this is still our range. You go from the low, you look to get above that low, hold it as support, go up to that POC, flip that POC to support, and then you're looking to come up to that value area high. Now, we have already gotten a move into that value area high zone, and this is part of the reason why we looked for this pullback, which we obviously had that short set up in the premium Discord. We took advantage of that. People are like, why the heck is this guy bearish? And it was simply because we had those confirmations on the chart. We get the drop down. Everybody gets scared, and what are we doing? We are flipping long and looking to capitalize on that move to the upside, guys. And I am, let me see here, bada boom, bada bing. I am still holding that long position from yesterday. Now 153. Let me see if you guys can see this. $153,000 long. There you go, 153,000. I did take a little bit of a profit off of this. It was originally $180,000, but we are now up almost $6,000 with extra profit taken. I don't know exactly how much profit I've taken. I could probably check that in a second. But yeah, up another $5,800 unrealized. And again, we were looking at why I was looking to hold that position long from the bottom here, right? We caught that move to the downside. I'll pull up the other chart in a second to make it a little bit more clear, but we caught that huge move to the downside. Looked to flip long the premium Discord, got that set up in the Discord just in time to capitalize on that long position. And here we are up over $6,000 with the money that we've already taken out, or at least for my position, in the past day, right? So not too shabby here. But the question is, are we going to see the continuation to the upside, or are we going to get the pullback? Because like I said yesterday, sure, we can be bullish, right? We are traders. We could be bullish for this move to the upside, but that does not mean that we're calling for all-time highs. When you can make $6-7 grand on these little moves up and down, you got to get bullish in the short term, right? So let me go ahead and pull this back up. So obviously, until we wind up breaking this value area high, we have to assess the situation when we get up there. If we push up to the value area high, we do still have all that liquidity sitting up here. If we pull up that liquidation heat map, where is it? Bada boom. And let me go ahead and pull up the lower time frame, or I'm sorry, the higher time frames, right here, right? We could just see it right here. Right, $70,000. We have a lot of liquidity, and then if I pull up the, let me go ahead and just pull this off so I can load this. Bada boom, bada bing. We'll pull up the 1 year chart. Let that run. But yeah, above that $70,000 level, guys, there is now a lot of liquidity sitting up here. Are we going to go sweep that? And then even if we pull up the higher time frames, you can see we do still have a ton of liquidity sitting up here above not only the value area high, but also above the all-time high, sitting at about up here at about $76,431. I mean, it is still sitting up there. So the question is, when are we going to get that push up? Now, my plan yesterday was pretty much to see this, right? We caught that move to the downside. We caught the long to the upside, but we were being very careful. Short-term bullish for this move that we're seeing today, but being very, very careful as we know that if we are going to see the continuation down, not because I want it to go down, but based off of these higher time frame red dots on Market Cipher B. Red dot printing on the 2-day, right? Red dot printing. This could potentially give us the continuation to the downside in the long term, right? Or longer term, I should say. I'm not calling for zero, right? We are still, remember guys, the market structure is still bullish here on the daily, right? So let me go ahead and get rid of the smart trail. Whoops. Bada boom. Come on. Don't troll me here. There we go, right? We have the change of character, the higher low, and the break of structure to the upside. So even if we do continue down, we are still looking for a potential higher low for that continuation up to grab that liquidity. And this is still my plan, right? Just because we're getting the pump here doesn't mean that I'm just flipping long forever, right? We have to keep in mind we're going to see those ebbs and flows in the market, right? So, we know, hey, with that 2-day red dot, if we see the continuation down, I did not FOMO short here. Now, although this was a setup in the premium Discord, I won't show it just because I've shown it like 3 times in the past. We had that short setup up here from the top at about 69.5. The Mafia caught it. I unfortunately missed my entry. I did not FOMO short. Imagine if, and the reason for that is because that very rarely works, right? Imagine if I FOMO'd short here, I would have gotten wrecked. And the reason I don't FOMO short, the reason I'm able to keep those emotions out of my trading, guys, is because I simply know that there's always another opportunity. I don't care that I missed this little move to the downside because I know, I even said this in the market update yesterday, I'll just catch the long. And that is exactly what we did. Now up about $7,000 almost. Nope. 6,500, something like that. But anyway, we just showed it. And that is why you don't keep the emotions out, right? Like, I don't care that I missed out on a gain here. It gets a little boring, right? Because you're not making money. But then you just catch that next move, right? And when you can make money on these ebbs and flows, let me actually just, let me move this because I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is glitching out on me. But yeah, that is, so the plan kind of basically remains the same, right? We looked for the move up yesterday. We are now getting that. But why are we being careful here? It comes simply from the fact of that 2-day red dot, right? We also have the 3-day red dot, which you guys can't see because Market Cypher B is not on the chart. But there you go. 3-day red dot looking to potentially print here. Again, not mega bearish. Money flow is still in the green, so that is good, but we could still see that little bit of a correction. Now, we also have the daily bearish divergence, another thing we were looking at. Now, I don't know if this is going to play out, right? Higher highs on your price action, lower highs on your momentum waves, right? This, I don't know if this is definitely going to give us the continuation down. Again, if this is the bottom, we are long from the bottom. It's the beauty of being a trader. We don't have to call every single move. We don't have to call every single huge move, even though we do wind up doing that because we look for all the little moves. But, when we see this, right, based off the daily bearish divergence, based off the 2-day red dot, which is probably going to confirm in 2 hours, 3-day, unless we rip up and unprint it, which would be very nice. But that 3-day red dot, if we see that to start to print as well, then that could give us that little correction because the original plan here was to see something like this happen, right? Move here, get the correction to the downside, targeting a very key level. What is that level? This brings me to our medium time frames. Simply put, we are looking for a move down to this value area low. Now, again, let's pull this up. Where's it at? Where's it at? Bada boom, right? So these are the local levels. As long as we are within this value area, we do have a potential possibility of sticking around in here, right? Typically on these value areas, you like to come up, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, right? So we can potentially, especially because we front ran this value area low, there is still a possibility that we could come back down. And I'll talk to you guys about what I'm looking at up here to potentially take the short. Now, well, or maybe I already did take the short. You never know. But there are some bullish signs on the chart too, right? I am kind of agnostic at this point. But the overall plan was we expected this move up, right? We expected this. Very important to realize so you do not FOMO, right? Now, why are we being careful around these highs? Well, number one, we have the value area high. That is one of the reasons why this was a key level of resistance as well as a target to the upside. If we're looking for a lower high and a continuation down here locally, right, to finish that full correction down to 64.5, where we have the value area low, as well as a very important golden pocket retracement. This is an invisible golden pocket. We don't talk about these a lot. I'm just kidding. Let me go ahead and turn the golden pocket back on here, guys. But there you go, right? So you have the golden pocket confluence right on that value area, low. And this could be a very good place to come down and then put in the higher low on the daily, right, on the higher time frames. Because remember, although you look for the correction down, it does not mean you're overall bearish, right? You have to understand how to separate those corrections from the actual trend of the market. So if we get that full correction down, that's the thought process. If we put the higher low in, it's likely to come in on a golden pocket 786 retracement. And with the confluence that we have with that golden pocket and that value area low, this could be a pretty good place to look for that bounce, right? If we come down there. Now, why would we be looking for that correction down? Well, value area high is a key level of resistance on top of the fact that we also, if we're looking for that lower high, where is that lower high likely to come in? Well, just like the higher low is likely to come in here. Right now, can we front run it here and absolutely eat to the upside? Guys, that is possible, right? I'm not saying that's impossible. And again, we are prepared for that in the 150K long, right? But the reason why I'm being a little bit cautious here is because if we're going to put the lower high in to come on down here, that area to put that lower high in is likely going to be the golden pocket 786 value area high confluence. And really what I mean there is the golden pocket 786. That's where the lower high, that's where we look for those lower highs to come in. We have lower time frames, right? 4-hour money flow somewhat coming to the downside. VWAP looking to roll over. If we get that red dot, that could start a little bit of a move, right? But that's just what we've been looking for. Yesterday, when we looked at these levels, this was that key level of resistance and the target for this long position, and here we are. Now, we're sitting in here, and we're reassessing the situation to see if we can get the pullback. The golden pocket 786 is the area that we would likely put the lower high in for the continuation down. And then hopefully, if we do see that, let's say we do see that happen, I would love to get that move down and then load up a gigantic long from here to then go take 70K and beyond. That is what I would like to see. Now, I want to talk about the bullish case as well, right? Because my plan yesterday was simply this, right? And then get the pullback from here, lose the POC, go to the low, and then get the bigger move up for the huge long position down here. But there's a reason this is 150K long, because we don't know if this is going to be the bottom. But this is still the plan. But if this plan doesn't play out, just because our plan plays out a lot of the time does not mean that it's going to play out 100% of the time. So if that doesn't happen, is there anything on the chart that screams that we can absolutely just fly out of here from where we are right now and go rip above that $70,000 level? In my own opinion, this is what I would look at, right? So right now, on the 12-hour and the 16-hour time frame, we have these nice green dots with these beautiful, beautiful little trigger waves. Beautiful. 16-hour, beautiful trigger wave. These are printing. What are we typically looking at when you get that green dot on the 16-hour or the 12-hour? What are we looking at for confluence to continue that move to the upside? Well, very simply put, if you don't know, we're going to be looking at that 1-hour money flow crossover into the green, as that is typically what starts the bigger move to the upside. And we are now starting to see that 1-hour money flow crossover into the green. We can also look down to the 45-minute money flow, which is also just starting to cross over into the green. So this would be the argument for not putting a lower high in here and then just starting the bigger trend to the upside. And sometimes we can be very clear on the confirmations that we're seeing. Now, right at this moment, we have swept some liquidity above this 786, which is nice. Final target hit. But it again, you have to have a trading plan, and you have to be willing to adjust it over time, right? So as you get new information on the chart, I always say this, right? If we come up here, like last night's live stream, if we come up here, I will be looking for shorts. If we don't get the strong confirmations, then I will either take maybe a risky short position, which maybe I already took, maybe I didn't, I don't know. Or if you get strong confirmations, you could load up on the big move, right? But likely, if we were coming up here seeing huge bearish confirmations, it would be very clear, and we would take a big position for that continuation down. But right now, I will say, with the trigger wave on the 12-hour and the 16-hour, with this money flow crossing over into the green, it's not, it's not that clear, right? Because we could see this play out, or we could wind up seeing a big confirmation come in here for a pullback. Now, as of right now, I am not necessarily seeing super bearish confirmations, right? I'm not seeing any like local 2-hour bear divs. I'm not seeing a local 4-hour bear div. And even if we come on down to the lower time frames, like we don't even really we have higher highs on our momentum waves with those higher highs on price action. So there's not even really super strong confirmations locally for a huge pullback. But if you guys haven't caught my kind of sarcasm here, I have taken a very risky short up here as in case right before I go live, sometimes we get a move and I'm busy doing the live stream and I don't have time to like think about the position and take it. But this is not a short signal, right? This is not me telling you to short right here. As a matter of fact, I'm not really seeing, super amount of like super confident confirmations here. But we are here. We did SFP the highs, and it could potentially give us a little bit of a pullback. But we'll have to see what happens, right? Because if you come on over to the 30-minute, we have the red dot. That would call for maybe a little pullback, right? Come on over here, 80-minute VWAP looking to curve back over, 1-hour VWAP curving back over, looking for a red dot here as well. So that could cause a pullback, right? But if that remember guys, the money flow indicates the longer term trend. So if this 1-hour prints and we come down, but that money flow continues into the green, that would make us look for higher lows and continuations on out of here. So, right now, when it's like this, right, when you kind of have those mixed signals, I can only tell you what I'm doing, right? I have my long here from the bottom. And again, I have taken a little bit of a short from up here. Again, not a signal to short Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, I would call that pretty risky. The reason I did this personally, typically what I do here is I will wait for a consolidation or I'll wait for a stronger signal to actually take the short, which maybe we wind up getting. But Again, with the specific situation coming on YouTube, I just wanted to get something in there. It's a small starter short position with a very tight stop loss. If I get stopped out of it, I'm going to lose like a couple $100. And when you're making $6-7 grand on a trade like this, you could take a few of those $200-300 losses. It's no big deal. This is managed risk, right? I'm not just gambling on this short. I want to be very clear. And that's why I'm saying it's not like, oh my God, Frankie Candle said it's super bearish up here. Let's all short. Please, for the love of God, take that to the bank, right? With that being said, I will monitor price up here. I'm not really seeing super crazy bearish confirmations up here just yet, but we are hitting that key level of resistance. Those medium time frame red dots could pull us back a little bit. But this money flow with the 12 and 16 hour green dot is the bullish case. And for me, simply, I am now long and short at the same time. If we dump, I will take more profits off the long, obviously. But if we wind up just mega dumping here, I have that long. I'll get stopped out in profit, make a bunch of money on the long, and then that short will start to pay us out, right? This is how you make money trading Bitcoin, whether the price is going up or down. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. All right, shout out to Nirvana. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Said, do you only trade with those indicators and volume profiles? Shout out to Nirvana. I use many different things to trade. So for the most part, I would call myself a volume profile trader. Bear with me. Market cipher trader, volume profile trader, Lux algo trader. Like I use for the most part, volume profiles. I mean, I use a lot of stuff, right? Volume profiles, Fibonacci levels. As far as indicators, Lux algo, market cipher. I don't know if you would consider the volume profile an indicator. It's more of a trading tool. But volume profiles, market cipher, Lux algo, but this is not all I use, right? I also trade the price action, and I also look at order flow, which is extremely, extremely important, but I teach this and talk about this more in the premium Discord where I give the actual trade setups and the confirmations that I like to see, and then on our live streams, I kind of walk everybody through what I like to look for on order flow, stuff like that. I do use more advanced stuff than just the indicators. This is very important to realize, but that doesn't mean that you can't just trade based off the indicators. You totally can. You can totally make a ton of money. I just like to look at the order flow because that's what moves price, right? Price doesn't move based off patterns. I always say this. If it was as easy as making a ton of money trading patterns, you would see me up here just trading patterns. Now, it doesn't mean patterns are useless. To me, it's more of a way to describe price action. The price doesn't break out because it's in a head and shoulders, right? It's a way to describe the price action. The price breaks out because the buyers outweigh, well, for a few different reasons, right? Maybe the buyers outweigh the sellers. I guess that's the only thing technically, but it could be something like a short squeeze, which is still just the outweighing of buys then sells, and that's order flow, right? Order flow is what actually moves the market. So that's like really, really going to give you an edge. But again, I talk about that more in the premium Discord. It's a lot more advanced, but that is kind of what I use for the most part, right? So it's not just volume profiles and market cipher. It's kind of a mixture of things, right? It's price action. I don't know if you want to consider naked points of control. That's basically just support and resistance. But there's a lot of things that I use. If it was just as easy as like bull pennant long, right? Or bear pennant short, right? This obviously plays out. I do take these into account. I do pay attention to head and shoulders. I do pay attention to bull pennants, but I just don't trade them alone. It's not enough to actually be profitable over time, in my opinion, right? In my experience, right? I thought, when I found trading, right, back in the day, the trading patterns are like the number one thing that is sold as like, all you have to do is learn these patterns and make a ton of money. And as much as I wanted to believe that, it's just simply not the case, right? There's a lot more that goes into that stuff, or just price action moving in general. So, and in my opinion, order flow is like the closest you can get to having a full edge in the market. But market cipher, I mean, it does not mean you can't just trade. You could trade. If you left me with just volume profiles and Fibonacci levels, I'd be able to trade it, right? With like an RSI for free. Market cipher, Lux algo, volume profiles. I use a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of, hopefully that answers your question. It's kind of convoluted, but there you go. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. We're trading people's emotions. Absolutely, right? Like, yeah, it's a lot, right? Like, even the mentality you have when you're trading, right? Like a lot of the times when I'm talking about like liquidity sweeps or something like that, you really do want to keep in, like, guys, part of the reason we've been able to call almost every single major top that we've had come in here recently, right? By major top, I just mean like within the past 7 months. The reason why we were bearish up here while most other people were bullish is because we know, right, that if we're getting bearish confirmations up here, and then you add into that kind of theory that like, well, hey, we're getting technical bearish confirmations here. We could see what buyers and sellers are doing up here, and we know what happens based off analyzing that information. And you start to think, hey, everyone's getting bullish here. What does that mean? That means that a lot of people are probably longing. And what does that do? Puts a lot of liquidity down below, which will fuel that move to the downside, right? So, you're trading people's emotions. But for me, it's like mostly, I'm a heavy technical trader, right? I always say this. If we get a black swan event and price absolutely dumps, right? Let's say like out of nowhere, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if we got a black swan event here, we sweep this liquidity, get a black swan event and come down to 40K. I mean, again, not saying that's going to happen, but if we saw that happen off of a black swan event or something, chances are the bearish confirmations are going to be on the chart before whatever that news is comes in, right? And we show this like all the time, right? Just live as these live streams go by. Anytime we get news, we're like, well, hey, that's weird. We were looking at this bullish signal, and now we got this bullish news, and now we're flying to the upside. Perfect example of that is the ETF, right? Like, we were bullish based off the technicals from 30K, right? Well, technically, since this bullish divergence on the weekly down here, but, it was a little sketchy down here. But for the most part, like, we were looking for a big breakout here because we started testing a very key level of resistance, which was the macro value area low of this overall range. And we knew once we broke above that level, we would likely fill that range up to 48 to 50K. And then what happens, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, we're pumping off of the ETF rumors, right? Like, buy the rumors, sell the news. Everyone's pumping off those rumors. But we've been long from all the way down here, right? Based off technical signals. So, it's very, I talk about this a lot too. Like, even in 2020, right? Like, obviously, no one can assume this is going to happen. This is a real thing that happened, right? And no one's going to be able to predict that. But I will tell you this: we could dig into the price action here. There were bearish confirmation. If we were looking at the chart back here on this live stream, which I didn't have the live stream back then, but if we would be looking at this as like, hey guys, this is looking pretty bearish, right? We wouldn't know that the black swan was coming, but we probably would have been looking at this as some kind of a short, and then all of a sudden a black swan event comes out, and you're like, oh hey, I was already short from here because of a technical signal. We didn't know it was going to dump like that, but oftentimes those signals are going to be in before that news comes out anyway. And I don't think it's like a big conspiracy and it's all rigged. Maybe it is, but it's not that, right? Like, I'm not saying that this bearish signal that you see up here will call for this big move, but typically if the market's going to dump even this much, those bearish confirmations are going to be here, and then that black swan happens, just brings you down more. I can't tell you how many times I've been in positions and people are like, oh my God, did you see Bitcoin's ripping or Bitcoin's dumping off of this news? And I'm like, I'm almost always in a trade on the right side, and it's all based off technicals. The TA is magic, guys. Absolutely magic. So there you go. Let me take a sip of this just organic, all natural glacier water here, guys. Shout out to Mads says, buy the rumor, sell the news. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's continue on here. So, again, right, like just keeping that same plan here, guys. We'll see. We're looking for the shorts up here. Will we get them to play out? I don't know. But if they do, we'll make money, get stopped out of the long in massive profit, and then that short will continue to pay us out. To be quite honest, I'd rather just wake up tomorrow with a big green candle. But and to be honest, like the trigger waves here on the 16 and 12 hour, that's your bullish case. But again, like 12-hour money flow, not necessarily spiking to the upside too heavily here. So as of right now, if I get the super confirmations, I'll load up more on the short. But if not, I'm willing to get stopped out of this and let the long run. We're seeing this all play out exactly as we wanted to, and here we are. Just remember that. Drop a sauce can in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you don't have the sauce cans. Drop something in the chat. Drop a hashtag value if you guys were here yesterday when we were looking for price to come into this zone, and I said I will be looking for shorts up here, and here I am looking for shorts. But again, like if it was looking super bearish here, I'd be like, oh my God, mega short coming. But right now, I'm playing it very carefully. I am taking the shots, but prepared for that to get stopped out, managing that risk very heavily. There's those sauce cans, baby. Let's go. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, shout out to Ada Head. Shout out to you, bro. Said, dude, first time catching you from Sin City Crypto's channel. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, shout out to Ada Head. Anybody new here? I am just a trader, right? And you will never get emotional sentiment from me. If I think price will pump, I think it will pump. Or if I think price will pump based off analysis, not just because I see green candles. You guys will notice, if you're new here, oftentimes when people are getting super bullish, right, at the highs, we are typically bearish, but that, looking for pullbacks, right? Because we capitalize on moves up and down, right? So you'll start to realize, like, oh, so the charts are pretty reliable. And I try to break it down as easy as possible. I try to make it as simple as possible. And the volume profiles, market cipher, Lux Algo, everything I talk about on this channel, in my opinion, is the easiest way to break things down. And the volume profiles, very simply put, you break above the low, look to flip it to support. The next likely place for price to go is the POC and then the value area high. So you look for shorts at the value area low and the deviations below. This is looked at as undervalued or cheap. That's where you want to look for longs. When you deviate above, this is where most people get bullish, which is great. You want people to do that, right? We need people to do that. Everyone gets super bullish. Oh my God, we got to move to the upside. We're pumping, guys. It's 100K incoming, right? And then that's where we're looking for a pullback. And more often than not, as long as the confirmations are there, remember this deviation above the value area, this is where you want to look for shorts. Overvalued, undervalued. Inside is the fair value. You're looking to short the overvalued asset into the fair value, and you're looking to long the undervalued asset into the fair value, back to the other side of the range. And here we are, right? Just simply put, at the value area high. But again, if I were seeing like, oh my God, we have massive, like up here, this was a pretty clean call, right? Because not only were we deviated above the value area high, which is an overvalued asset where we already are looking for shorts, but we also had the bearish divergences as we deviate above. This is important. You put the bear divs into that key level of resistance, right? So you have key resistance being tapped, a bearish confirmation, right? Which is the bear div. You don't just want to trade based off that, but it's pretty reliable. And if you can have other confirmations, maybe order flow confirmations, which again, we talk more about in the trading Discord, but that's where you're saying, hey, I have bearish confirmations. We're overvalued. Maybe we can get the pullback and where's price likely to go next? It's going to go more likely than not to the POC. Once you lose the POC, you look for the move towards the low. And again, more often than not, you'll see that low get tapped. And that's what I was hoping for, but we didn't get it. And we saw the confirmations on the chart, so we took the long. And now, if we can get the lower high to come in between the golden pocket 786, I will be looking down here. If we stop out, then we'll let the long run. But this is still the plan right now. Maybe we wiggle around up here for the rest of the night. Maybe we wiggle around here tomorrow. If I find the short setup then, I will still take it. It's very hard to call the exact price action, even though we do that sometimes. But, this is still the plan. We looked for this retracement, and now we're hoping for that correction to the downside. But with that confusion on Market Cipher B, with the green dots on the 12 and 16-hour time frames, with the money flow coming up on the 1 hour and 45 minute, there's an argument to be made that you could break out. But I'm sticking to my plan. I am taking the shots. I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to take the shots here, and hopefully it plays out. If not, we get to make money on the long. Like I said, it would be easier for me and less for me to manage if we just stop out of this short and continue up. But this is what I'm seeing on the charts, guys, and this is how I'm playing it. 3-hour VWAP's pretty overextended here. Hopefully we can get that red dot soon, get the continued play out here for that push to the downside. And let me see here, just to kind of show. Oh no, that's the long. Bada boom. Yeah, I don't know. I'll share this in a minute. But yeah, there you go. Not looking to, we're not long here, just praying for 100K, right? We are long here for very specific reasons. And again, I will take more profit on this in a second. Now up 6127. We're at key resistance. Very, very important to realize here. So we're long and short at the same time, and we'll just let the loser get stopped out in profit, making us money, and then let the winner run. Shout out to Rodrigo. Shout out to Rodrigo. Let's get it, bro. Gifting those Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go, bro. Shout out to Rodrigo. Shout out to Rodrigo, bro. Thank you so much for doing that. Shout out to the Mafia. Welcome to the Mafia, whoever got those memberships. And shout out to Dwayne Hooper, said, proud of you, gang. Shout out to Dwayne Hooper, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. And the guys, that is definitely not Dwayne Johnson's alt account. Don't look into that, but that's not The Rock. I'm telling you. Don't look into it, but it's not The Rock, guys. Shout out to The Rock. But shout out to Dwayne Hooper. I appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Lars said TA calling the Trump win. Can you do TA on the? I guess you could do TA on the poly markets chart. Which I guess that that is predicting that. I guess, right. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. Bada boom. All right, let's check it on chat real quick here, guys. We'll take a look at some of these altcoins, and we will analyze this price action as we wiggle around up here. But plan remains the same. Before we move on, this is the key level of resistance. If we pull back, we'll simply look to lose the POC, continue down to the value area low, and then that's the next place I'd be looking for a long. But again, covered on both sides. Still in massive profit here. So there you go. Let's see. Shout out to Torgado, said FTM, please. Let's go. We can try to take a look at FTM, bro. No problem. BTC Goalie says long. The Wonton Don. Shout out to BTC Goalie. What is the Wonton Don? The king of all wontons. Shout out to BTC Goalie. Check out Solana. Oh, yeah, maybe we should check out Solana. Shout out to Rodrigo, said Frankie Candles, this channel and community are probably the best thing which has happened to me this year. Shout out to Rodrigo. Let's go, bro. That is so good for... this is my favorite thing to hear. And again, if you're new here, guys, I am not someone... I've never taken a deal to promote a coin, right? Or promote a scam coin, which most of, unless it's like a blue chip coin, like that's typically not a great sign, right? I don't take deals to promote coins. The only things I promote are either my own product, which would be like something like the premium Discord, which I talk about and post about and, bring up in this live stream constantly, right? This is all trackable, right? This is all, we looked for the short at up here above this value area high. We got the pullback, right? I don't make this stuff up. I don't push scams. My number one priority on this channel is complete honest TA based off information I see on the charts, right? I never will just say price is going up because I think it's going to get me clicks, right? I don't care about, being a famous influencer, right? I know technically I'm an influencer, but I hate that term. I am not an influencer. I am sharing my trading journey with you and sharing my technical analysis with you to help as many people as I can. And I'm sure a lot of other people say that, but are they genuine? Who knows, right? So yeah, I am here to give honest technical analysis and share with you guys my trading journey. I don't just say, oh, we caught the short here, we called it, right? Like, this is all tracked. If I don't call a move and I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong. But we could come in here and be like, hey, we were looking for the short here. We got it to play out, right? And same thing with the long position, right? You might think to yourself, like, how the heck could this guy possibly be doing this? We don't win all the trades, right? We get stopped out. I take losses. Trust me. And I will never, if anyone's telling you to win 100% of their trades, they're lying to you, right? But all these trades are posted here in beforehand, right? And here it is, right? There's the long position. Here it is. This is not a signals group, guys. If you're interested in getting in the premium Discord, this is not a signals group. I will not tell you where to buy or where to sell. I put these setups on the chart, and then I look for what price is going to do. I show you what I want price to do in order to enter that long. And like even here, right? We had this long setup. We took it. It didn't play out in full, but we hit TP1 at the POC. Very, very high probability trades. And then what happens? We get, it winds up not playing out to full TP, but we've already taken profit and moved our stop loss to entry, and we wait for the new long. And this is that long from the bottom. Letting the Mafia know I've entered a super aggressive and risky long based off order flow explanation incoming, because this one happened very quickly. I had to jump in. I was like, guys, I'm taking the long here, and this setup was given ahead of time. This long was sitting up here, not only then, but way before, right? Let me see if I can find it. I'm not going to spend all the time looking for it. It might be in the scalp TA section, actually. But yeah, I don't want to leak anything that people are paying for, right? So, but either way, right? Like those long setups are put in beforehand, right? And we see it plays out, right? I'm not here to put on a facade or anything like that. So there you go. But we are popping in this Discord, and the Mafia is out there making money, which is the most important thing to me. So when Rodrigo, when you say stuff like that, bro, that is why I do this. I measure my success on how many people I can help, not how many subscribers I can get. Although we're gonna pump this thing up in the bull run, baby. We're going for 100K next. We're gonna crush that number. But yeah, I don't care about that, right? I'd rather have people who are actually interested in improving their life, guys, through trading, right? There was a time where I had to, like for this example, right? $6,000 plus like the $700 I already took, right? Up about $6,500 in the past day. I used to have to work so long, months, to make that amount of money. And this is not something that's going to happen overnight, right? Like, you shouldn't look at someone like me and be like, oh my God, I'm going to get that like the next day, right? It takes a long time to get good at trading. You have to build up your accounts to get to that level, but it is possible. I am not special. If I can do this, you can do it too. And the more people I can help start the journey and see and understand that this is possible, that is how I measure my success. And when I get messages like that, that is what makes me feel fulfilled. That is what I love about this job. Not, being famous. It's no. I'm not. I would rather change people's lives and help people, and that's what I like to see. Shout out to Tony D said Andrew Tate made an appearance in our Discord before. If you know, you know. Yeah, shout out to Andrew Tate, and there he is, Top G in the chat. There he is. Let's go. Shout out Top G in the chat. But guys, with all that being said, this is what we're looking at on Bitcoin. We'll see if we get the pullback. And again, I have taken a little stab at a smaller short position here, a little starter short position here. Again, this is not a signal to short Bitcoin based off what I just explained, but we are up a little bit here. I'm negative on fees a little bit, but no big deal. This is I think this is like an $80,000 short. So we'll see if that winds up playing out. If it doesn't, I'll just simply get stopped out for a small loss and we'll let that long run. And with that being said, we'll see what happens, right? VWAP coming down on the 3 hour. Maybe we get the pullback, but hopefully we can. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing. Yo, shout out to Dwayne Hooper said, I just got laid off. I'm putting my severance in your hands. Shout out to Dwayne Hooper. Guys, I am not a financial advisor. I lose trades too. Trust me. If we lose this trade, if I get stopped out of this short, guys, I will bring it up on tomorrow's live stream. Dwayne Hooper, do not do this. Do not do that. This is not financial advice. We get it wrong too. Trust me. But yeah, I think he's just joking. Shout out to Dwayne Hooper. I appreciate you so much, bro. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these altcoins. First off, I want to take a look at Solana because this is something we were looking at yesterday. Taking a look at our next target to the upside, as yesterday we were hitting this golden pocket saying if we were able to hold support above this golden pocket, this was yesterday, right? I believe. Yeah, it's just kind of consolidating above this golden pocket. Guys, when you flip a golden pocket and you break above it, where is that next likely place for price to go? Right into that 786, right? Just simply put, that's just what you look for, right? Like you can pull this on any part of the chart. Typically, when you have a Fibonacci retracement, if you break above the golden pocket, let me try to find a situation where we might have had a pullback like that. Bada boom, bada bing. Right, so if I'm looking at something like, let's see, something like this, right? You come into the golden pocket. If you break this is a zone, guys. This is the zone I like to use for my fibs. 786, golden pocket. Right? And I have videos on how to use this. Actually, in the beginner series, we just dropped a Fibonacci video, I think a couple weeks ago, on how I use the Fibonacci retracements to find these lower highs before looking for continuations. But I look at the 786 and golden pocket as a zone. You break that 786, oftentimes you will come up to tap that when you break above the golden pocket, oftentimes you'll look to break up and tap that 786. Same thing here. You hit the golden pocket. If you don't reject from here, sometimes you go for the 786 full retracement before getting the lower high and the move down. Same theory. Whoops. Oh God, I'm getting trolled here. Still using this mini mouse, guys. You might think to yourself, Frankie, you've had like 2 weekends to go out and get a mouse. And I'm still using this tiny little laptop mouse because my actual mouse broke. But I just stare at the charts too much, guys. I'm with the Mafia all the time. And then Mrs. Candles gets all my weekend time. So, yeah, I don't have time to go to Best Buy. But anyway, shout out to Mrs. Candles. But here we are. Get above that golden pocket, and then we have gone for that 786 retracement at $176. And here we are sitting at that target. Are we going to get the pullback here, guys? Well, as you know, yesterday I was saying Maybe if we can, hold support above this 786, then we can maybe go. But as we look at Market Cipher B, are we getting any signals here that we might want to cool off? Well, we have a 5-hour bearish divergence with our higher highs on price action, lower highs on our momentum waves. Sometimes that gives us a little bit more of a pullback. Bada boom. 4-hour bearish divergence, looking to potentially print here once we get that red dot on Market Cipher B. This is one of the things, one of the first things I like to see if we're going to reject back into a volume profile. Same thing back here, right? We'll just kind of back test this a little bit. Price deviates above the high, right? You're above that value area. This is an overvalued asset. You have your higher highs on price action, your lower highs on your momentum waves. Money flow comes out. You look for the return back in to your value area, lose the value area high, price is likely to go to the POC, lose that POC, you look to go to the value area low. Deviate below, get back above, into the POC, up to the value area high. This is how we trade the volume profiles. Again, you don't really just want to trade based off the bear dips, but that's one of the first things I like to see to say, hey, are we going to get some kind of a pullback, even if that pullback is to retest the value area high before going up? You have to, trading is a game of trapping, not a game of hunting. Right? You want to set your traps, which are your key levels on the chart, and then see if the mouse takes the bait. Right? You put your mouse trap up there. If we don't see the confirmations to take a short up here, we're not going to take the trade, right? Because you're probably going to get a continuation up. But if the fish bites the hook, if the mouse eats the cheese, and you get that confirmation, right? that's where you want to go ahead and reel up the line and pull that fish up, right? And only if it bites, right? And even sometimes it'll bite, you'll get the confirmation, and still sometimes, once in a while, right, you will get it to just not play out. You can't predict the market. It will shock you. And anytime you think you start to get cocky with your TA, with your trading, trust me when I tell you this, the market will humble you. I'm speaking from past experience, guys. I'm speaking from past experience. I have wrecked more accounts than probably anybody in this chat right now. Learn from my mistakes and save yourself time and money. I've spent a lot of time losing money and learning the hard way. So keep that in mind. That's, we could keep an eye on this. We're starting to get potential bearish divergences up here. Let's check the daily time frame. VWAP coming down, looking for a potential red dot. Right? So that could also give us a little bit of a pullback. If we do pull back from here and we don't just yoink to the upside, if you do get a little pullback, key level of support becomes the value area high at 162. So if I were to take a short up here, I would probably be locking in some profits at the value area high and moving my stop loss to break even. That way, if we flip that value area high to support, because oftentimes price will do that, you're not always just going to go back into the range, right? You're not going to range around forever. Eventually, you're going to break out. And when we look at some of this money flow, on the higher time frame, such as the 2-day, such as the 3-day coming back into the green, maybe, 4-day actually still doesn't look that great, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, like we're at resistance, potential bearish divergence is starting to print, but that value area high is going to be key resistance or support. If I shorted here, I'd be looking to take some off the table at 162 and then move my stop loss to break even, making it a guaranteed winning trade. If I got stopped out, that would be in profit. And I'm not saying I'm taking that trade. I'm just saying if I were, that's how I would handle it. I'm trying to educate the mafia on how to protect your gains. And there we go. Short starting to pull us back here. Now we're up 200 almost. Let's go. Let's see if we get a little bit more of a pullback here. Let's go. Shout out to Femex. If you guys want to sign up for Femex or Blowfin and trade with us here, make money trading, whether price is going up or down, you can check the links in the description down below. And if you guys use our affiliate links, guys, I've been talking about this a lot more often because I think I sleep on it. It is free value. If you have already used our affiliate links or you haven't and you need to and you want to sign up, you could click the links in the description down below and you will get access to the dining room, which is our freemium section of the Discord, which simply put will give you one post from the premium. We post daily, right? Like I said, in the premium Discord, I'm in there daily. I'm in the chat. I'm in the Discord posting all the time, walking people through price action. But if you get in here, you'll get access to all these channels for free with one premium post per week. And the reason I bring this up is because the last couple of posts have absolutely slapped, right? Our long from 59K on Bitcoin that wound up slapping from here to the upside, as well as this long from here to the upside, were both posted here for free. They just happened to luck out that those were like the banger trades 2 times in a row. But there you go. This was posted yesterday for that long position up into this zone. TP1 at the POC with that major zone of resistance here. And where are we sitting right now? We're sitting right up in this zone. And shout out to the dining room. I see more people are getting in there, and they're loving it, baby. They're loving it. That long was fire too. But yeah, if you're looking for that free, I don't want people coming into the premium Discord if you can't afford it, right? If you can't, I want to give people as much opportunity as possible, to get a taste of it. Maybe you want a signals group, which I don't recommend, but, this is not a signals group. We say, hey, that's where we're looking for a potential setup, right? And then we wait for price to come down there. If price doesn't hit that level, we're not going to look for the long, right? It's an if this, then that statement. So yeah, check that out if you guys want. Links in the description down below. And then click unlock access and read through these instructions. It's pretty simple. And it'll tell you how to get access. Just read down here. Very important. So there you go. With that being said, Solana, guys, we'll see what happens. Oh, she's pushing up right now. She's pushing up right now. Like I'm not getting bearish on this until we actually print the bear div, which again, does look like it's probably going to happen pretty soon. Once that VWAP crosses that 0 line, we're going to get the red dot, right? That will give you the printing of that bearish divergence, right? And then maybe that's where you lose the 786 and you come down a little bit. But yeah, key support level down below now is going to be 162.49 if you get the bigger pullback. We'll see what happens. And yeah, daily red dot also looking to potentially come in pretty soon. 3-day VWAP rolling over as well. Yeah, that's kind of what I would look at here. So yeah. There we go. That's what I would look at on Solana. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other things. Super chat. Shout out to Tony D. He said, I just overnighted a nice mouse to you. It'll be there by 8 a.m. Not a joke. Don't go to Best Buy later. Shout out to Tony D. Guys, go get yourself a Tony D. Go get yourself a Tony D, guys. Yeah, Tony D is Tony D's a big tech guy. He's probably me using this mouse. I probably showed this, and he's like, no way is this guy using that mouse still. There's no way he's going to let me go through with that. Shout out to Tony D, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Unbelievable. But yeah, let's see. Adam, we could take a look at Adam. I'll jump into Adam in a minute. Let's see. Checking on chat real quick. Hey, shout out to Rag Capital, said, I used the free YouTube videos to afford the premium. Life-changing. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Rag Capital. Life-changing. I swear it's voodoo. Shout out to Rag Capital. Yo, shout out to you, bro. And that's what I love to see, right? Like this whole YouTube channel is a free trading course for the most part. It's not organized, right? It's not like in the right order or all that. You know, it's not all the sauce, but there is so much for free sauce on this channel and on this live stream that you can learn enough about the TA to get started, build up some capital, and then, you know, once you start making some money, it'll be easy to just throw some money to get into a premium service like that. But again, it is not a signals group. I don't tell you when to buy and sell. I just share my TA with you, show you the setups I'm looking for and the confirmations that I like to see for me to take the trade. And it's very, very, very educational. So yeah, keep that in mind. But shout out to Rag Capital. Yeah, that's what I like. I like put it in the hustle to make to be able to afford it. And guys, you have to put the work in, right? You can't just get into a Discord and you're gonna get rich overnight. And this, I said yesterday, I'm a bad salesperson, right? I can never work in sales because I'm not gonna like slime people in to just get them into my Discord, right? Like I'm not like that. It's not how I am as a person. I just want to be able to sleep at night, right? Like this is not. I want to sell a fake dream, right? Like I said, like to trade with a lot of capital and win over time, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of practice. You have to learn through mistakes. You have to be willing to put the work in, but it is possible. Trading, I think, comes off to like people think it's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's a lot harder than many people like to think. So you have to put the work in, even if you're in a premium Discord, getting all the sauce. But yeah, shout out to Rag Capital. When you put that work in, it pays off. So shout out to Rag. Congratulations, bro. I love hearing that. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the chat. What is going on, Billy? Let's get it, bro. Thank you for being here, bro. He said, who called Frankie on Sin City today? Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Yeah, I had a good time over there with Sin City. Another bunch of good dudes over there. I really like them. Darren Dosing says more education than signals. Yeah. So the setups are in there, right? So I gotta share it. But yeah, there are no signals. I will never tell you, like I might jump in here and be like, hey guys, I'm jumping into a short, but that is not a signal for you to short. It is always going to be setups that we are waiting to come in to play out, right? Like, so for example, for anybody interested, this is what we look for. And then I explain what I want to see when we get up there, right? And oftentimes there's multiple posts because sometimes you have to wait for the setup to present itself, right? So, and then we wait, right? We say, hey, I would like to see this happen. If we get this to happen and we start putting in bear divs there, I'm going to be looking for the short. And then eventually we wind up seeing that stuff happen. That stuff winds up happening, and then we assess the situation, right? If we get those certain confirmations, that's where we look for the short, right? And then on Mondays and Fridays, we do a live stream where I explain and answer questions, and we go over the trades as well as, next setups and, current price action, etc. But that is basically what we look for, right? It is like not previous. It is like forward thinking. Right? Like for this long at 59K, I didn't say everybody long 59K. That's not how trading works, right? That's simply not how it works. But what we do, but what we do is we say, hey, where is it? Where is it? Actually, we actually put this before, right? We say, hey, where is it? If price comes down to this level, I will be looking for longs. And then if it's not too far in advance, I'll tell you what I'm looking for to enter. But then as price approaches those levels, I say, hey, we're approaching the level. Let's see if we can find those confirmations to take the long. And then if we get in, it's like, hey, boom, I get in. And we're like, hey, it's starting to play out. And then sometimes those longs wind up playing out more than we even expect. That was kind of like the final TP up here for that long. But we hold that winner to let it run. And it winds up being a massive push up, right? Which actually wound up coming up even higher. So I give setups. I don't give signals. I will never just tell you, hey, I'm long in here, everybody long, right? I might tell you what I'm doing, but it is never a signal for anybody. I never tell you where to buy and sell. So there you go. I want to be very transparent. It's not a signals group. I don't want a bunch of people thinking they're going to get in there, get signals and get rich overnight. You're not going to get that anywhere, right? It's impossible. You might get lucky sometimes on signals, but my goal is to teach you what I know, to turn you into a profitable trader, right? I give you the fishing poles and the best bait that I like that works for me, and then I teach you how to go out and fish. And I hold your hand along the way. I give you the fishing pole, I give you the bait, and then I drag you over to the hole in the ice, and I say, looks like there's a bunch of fish in there. Might want to practice the casting that we were doing before. Drop your line, So there you go. That's how we do it. And yeah, shout out to Wick589. He says, not a signals group either. Shout out to Wick. But there we go. That's what I'm looking at on Solana. We'll see what happens. Starting to push up a little more here, but we'll see. I'm watching that 4-hour bear div on Solana. What bait are you using? They're actually like really shiny lures. They're like, I forget what they're called. But yeah. Trader NZ said the website is down. If you guys want to check out the premium Discord, if you're ready to take your trading to the next level, if you're ready, there's tons. If you're not ready, there's tons of free content here. I don't want to push anybody to a paid product you don't need or you're not ready for. There's free content here. I would honestly recommend go through the YouTube channel first for free before going into the Discord. But either way, the website is down. Tony D is doing some maintenance on that. But you could use the link in the description down below if you want to check out the, or maybe Tony could just unlock it for a little bit. I don't know if it's all ripped apart or not. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's continue on. And we don't win all the trades either, guys. I want to be very clear about that too. We don't just like win every single trade. You're going to get stopped out of positions as well. Sometimes you have slow weeks. So yeah. But anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at FTM. Drop some of those altcoins in the chat if you guys want us to take a look. Is Rob here? Rob the crypto snob. I don't know. Actually didn't see him recently. Rob, if you were here, please. Oh, there he is. I see him. He's here. Okay. I didn't see him in the beginning, so I didn't know if he popped in yet. But let's do like 2 more requests for altcoins, and then I'll kind of just freestyle a couple of them. So let's take a quick look at FTM. We got some requests for FTM. Well, very simply put, I would definitely. This is pretty clear here. So kind of the same setups that we've been looking at recently on a lot of the altcoins, right? We have this upper consolidation. Bada boom. Yeah. So this is the volume profile. All right, XRP. Let's see. Pepe, Tau, ApeCoin. Hey, shout out to Crypto Pollo. What is going on, bro? Welcome in from one farm animal to another. Phoebe says hi. Shout out to K Diggity. XRP is going to 10 cents. Shout out to, hey, I'm going to make a prediction on XRP right now, guys. This is a very high hit rate. XRP will be between 52 and 55 cents tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So I'm just kidding. XRP is a stable coin right now. But maybe we could take a look at it. But let's go ahead and continue on here. So for FTM, we are starting to break into this upper value area, right? This is technically, locally, your doorway to higher prices, right? And what do we always say? Value area low, get above it, flip it to support. The next likely stop is going to be the POC. The POC is going to be the magnet in that volume profile. And then as long as you remain above this value area low, you can expect to go back to the POC, flip the POC, look to go to the value area high. That is what I would look for on Phantom right now. But money flow crossover into the green on the 2-day. You do have a confirmed 2-day bear div here now. Lower highs on your momentum waves, higher highs on your price action. 16-hour money flow technically trending to the downside. It's a little choppy right now, to be honest, because the 16-hour money flow is coming out, but your VWAP is coming up. Could get that green dot. So, I mean, these are the levels. Value area low that I would be looking at, right? Value area low coming in at about 0.6546. POC coming in at 81 cents. Value area high at 93.80, or about 94, 95 cents. Maybe you can just make that 95 cents, right? It's going to likely be a zone anyway, right? Let me go ahead and tighten that up. So there you go. 93 to 94 cents at the value area high, POC at 81 cents, and then the value area low at 65, almost 60 cents, 66 cents. Shout out to Maybe a Band-Aid said, hashtag not my inhaler. Shout out to Maybe a Band-Aid. Yeah, I don't know even what an inhaler is. I don't know. Everyone mentions this inhaler thing. I don't know what an inhaler is, guys. Yeah, I don't know. My lungs work. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Maybe a Band-Aid. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, you're right. Hashtag indeed not my inhaler. Shout out to Gen Z. Says, can we take a look at Nosana? It's ripping. Yeah, we could try to take a look. Thank you for the super chat, Gen Z. We could take a look at Nosana real quick. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at on FTM. Take a look at the 4-hour. Money flow crossing over into the red. Now, if we get a bigger pullback here on FTM, right? You really want to hold above this value area low at about 65 cents. But if, let's pull these higher time frame levels real quick. If we pull back out, right, and we lose that range to the downside, this value area high at 52 cents is probably going to be that key level. Lose this, That's going to be a big key level of support to look at. Now, if I pull this from this impulse to the high, yeah, nice confluence here. So if you break down, maybe that 2-day bear div, maybe that 4-hour bear div plays out, and you get the bigger move down, I would watch this as a key level of support. Because why? You might ask, well, if we break down below that golden pocket and you don't get the bounce off the value area high or the 786, if you start losing this level, you could be in danger of getting accepted back into the profile and coming back down towards your POC, which would technically be that next key level, which is going to be a big dump if that is the case. So that's definitely going to be the key level of support that I would look at here on FTM, and that is sitting between about 0.5296 and 0.4515. That is what I would look at there. So there you go. That's FTM. Shout out to Tony D said, thank you for the super chat. I said that, not him. He said, website will be live tomorrow. For now, use this link to get into the premium. Thank you for that, Tony. Yeah, so if you guys want to get into that, check out the premium and the all that stuff. You can go ahead and can I pin? I don't think I can pin this. So there you go. Try to get that before it disappears in chat. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so let's take a quick look at Sana. Take a look at the MACD chart. Oh, she's cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook now. I said. All right, so let's pull those key levels. Bada boom. Here's your upper value area. Oh, baby, she's tapping that key level, guys. Nothing reacts for no reason. Why are you getting a little bit of resistance here? It's your value area low. Is that a bad thing? I wouldn't say so. Wouldn't say so. That sounded like I said I would say so. I wouldn't say so. Why is that? Well, because this could be your doorway to higher prices. If you get above this value area low, and more importantly, this POC, that's where I would look for the bigger move up. Bada boom. So, 2-day, money flow, looking to come up into the green here as well. So, I don't know if this is going to be instant, right? Because if that VWAP rolls over, let's check the daily. Oh, daily green dot. Nice little VWAP flip there on Market Cipher B. 12-hour. Yeah, 12-hour. I mean, yeah, you could put in that 12-hour bear div. Yeah, it's a little choppy here. Check the 4-hour. 4-hour VWAP coming down. Massive bearish divergence. Kind of. This is a nice strong move up, though. I will say that. So here's the thing, right? These are the key levels. $2.84. Break above that. I think the move to 344 is probably going to be pretty likely. Flip that. I do think, you do have a pretty good fall off in volume here. Pretty nice volume. Once you crack above that node, boom. You do have a little bit of a high volume node here at about $4.07. But once you get above that, I think it's a pretty quick move up to 531. And that's going to be like kind of longer term. Now, if you break down, right, if you get the correction, I want to give you the levels to the downside as well, right? So I'll pull this local volume profile, bada boom, bada bing, right? And very similarly, you're going to be looking yeah, I would be looking at this golden pocket 786 value area high confluence. This is going to be a key level of support. So if you come back down, if you get a little resistance here, because remember, although it is your doorway to higher prices, I will label that, right? Although it's your doorway to higher prices, right? It is also going to be resistance until proven otherwise, right? Like go back to Bitcoin. We had a doorway to higher prices down here at 30K, right? Around 30K, right? 30, 31K. You come up, you retrace. You come up, you retrace, right? And then you finally break off and you go into the value area high. So yeah, similar to that, right? Resistance until proven otherwise. So, if you do pull back, I would look at this as your key level of support. Maybe you want to come down, retest this level before finally coming up for another test. So those are the levels I would look at. Now it's just your doorway too. I'm not even going to fix that because I want to save the time. But let me actually extend this all the way back here real quick. Yeah, that is definitely your level. That's what I would look at as key support if you get the bigger pullback. So that's what I'd look at here on NOS. Fresh green dot on the 12-hour as well. Same thing as Bitcoin. So there you go. Shout out to Genzi. Hopefully that helps you out, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Can we check out Mog? Let me take a look here. So I can already tell. Whoops. This is probably that value area you're stuck in right now. Bada boom. Bing, bong, bing. And there you go. Just like that, guys. That's how you get key levels. So, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty small range, to be honest. Maybe you can actually extend this. I like it. Bear with me here, guys. POC remains the same. Value very low. Okay. So, yeah, this is what I'd look at. So, and you even have, this is kind of a situation where you have two value areas right on top of each other, right? You got another one down here. So this will be the support if you lose this value area. But as long as you remain above this value area low, sitting at, 1784, however many zeros that is, as long as you remain above this level, right? POC, break above the POC, go to the high, right? Go above the value area low, flip that, very likely to go to your POC, back down to the low, back to the POC. Once you get back above the POC, you look to go to the high. Reject the high, back to the POC, reject the POC, back down to the low. This is how the volume profiles work. So as long as this is your key level, 1790 about, right? Like you lose this, I would probably, let me see if I can get some confluence in here for you. Bada boom. Yeah, that is, yeah, this would be a key level of support if you do get down there. Golden pocket value area, high confluence. Excuse me, you might want to kind of come back and retest that if you do break down. Test there. I wouldn't like to see the 786 because at that point you're kind of stuck in that range. But I would be okay coming down testing that 786 before another move up. Now I will say 4-hour money flows back in the red, so I don't think a move down is impossible here just yet. Yeah, big daily bear div. These are the levels I would look at. I'll be honest, the chart's a little chopped up right now as far as market cipher goes. But just simply put, right, like looking at your volume profile, you want longs at the lows, shorts at the highs. Like I was explaining on Bitcoin, right, where you see the bearish confirmations above the high, that's where you want to look for the shorts. And shout out to Lux Algo. If you guys want to check out my free indicator, right, no strings attached, no email, none of that garbage, right? If you just want to try out my free indicator, which basically helps you understand what I like to see on these moves, if you just come into your indicator section of TradingView, type in my name, which is Franklin Candelabra. I'm just kidding. Type in Frankie Candles here. Buy Lux Algo. Make sure it's the one by Lux Algo. Shout out to Lux Algo. Also, a sponsor of the channel. They also have fire paid indicators, but this one is free. They also have 160 if you search Lux Algo. They have over 150 like free indicators that are actually useful. But check out their paid indicators as well. I use them all the time. They're very useful. But my free indicator, guys, is a souped up volume profile. It is a volume profile with added signals that will let you know when you are getting some of those bearish confirmations above the value area high. Right now, this is not a buy and sell indicator. It's not that, you see a sauce can that you could just instantly short. If it was that easy, I would just code this to a bot and never trade again and just make $1 bazillion, right? That's not the case. You have to understand the TA still. But if you pull this, right, it will show you the volume profile, the value area high, the POC, the value area low, but it will also let you know, it'll mark out those bearish divergences, which I like to see above that high, and then these sauce cans are letting you know you're starting to get bearish confirmations above that value area, which could signal that you're going to go back into the range, back to the POC, and then back to the low. And then you deviate from the low. This is where you want to be looking for longs. Now, you don't have a signal here on this time frame, but if you go to a lower time, we don't have bullish divergences. That's why, right? But if you were to get those bull divs somewhere, you could probably go down to a low enough time frame. You'd probably get a bull div just to kind of exemplify how it works or show you how it works, right? You deviate below the low. It's letting you know, hey, you have bullish divergences. You're deviating below that value area low. This is where you want to be looking for longs. That's what that sauce can emoji means. It means you're getting bullish confirmations below the value area. You may be able to get that bounce to the upside. Again, this is not as easy. I wish I could just sit up here and be like, guys, there's some people out there that'll just be like, guys, this is my indicator, and you could just long and short this, and just, it's easy. You just make $1 billion, right? I will teach you how to actually make money trading, right? It's not that easy, unfortunately, but it is possible to make money trading. But this just lets you know, hey, you're getting bullish divergences below that value area, which is typically where you want to look for longs. However, you still need to do the work and understand the TA, right? Just because you have a bull div outside of value area doesn't mean that you're definitely going to go back into the range. But if you know when those signals are strong, it's obviously, very, very lucrative, right? You look to go back above the value area low, flip it to support. Next likely place for price to go is the POC. Break above the POC, flip it to support. Next likely place for price to go is that value area high. Deviate above, and you look for the move back into the range, and then back down to the POC and the low. Again, based off, you have to understand the TA here. But you can see how it works. Bearish divergences, bullish divergences, sauce cans. You also get automatic Fibonacci levels showing you that, hey, if you're looking for a higher low here, maybe this is the fib, right? Super, super saucy, super free. I have videos showing you guys how to use it. So yeah, and then you combine this with Lux's paid indicators. You mix this with Market Cipher. Some of the other stuff we use on this channel, it can get absolutely overpowered. So shout out to Lux Algo for sponsoring the channel. If you guys want to check out any of their paid stuff, I highly recommend them. Link in the description down below. So yeah, there you go. But that one is free. Just go search my name, get it on your chart. You can follow along right now. Especially if you're just learning the volume profiles. There's some people in the chat that come in and make a lot of money with that Frankie Candles indicator. All right, let's see. Yo, shout out to Elite Ways EZ said, stop giving the sauce to non-CandleMafia members. Should be like and subscribe to be able to comment. Actually, I think it is. I think the chat is on subscriber only mode. Yeah, I think it is. Let's see. Subscriber only mode. Yeah, we are in subscriber only mode. But yeah, should we do members only? Should we do members only YouTube live streams? That would be that would be. I kind of like that. Not because I wish I could just give memberships to certain people and do members onlys. Yeah, you got to be you got to be knighted into the mafia. I'm just kidding. So yeah, smash up that like button. Elite Ways is unhappy with the amount of likes, and so am I. Smash up those like buttons, guys. Yo, we gave yesterday we hit our like goal, and we decided to give away $200 in Solana. If we hit 850 likes, smash it up right now. If we hit 850 likes, I'll give away another $200 in Solana on Friday's live stream. That'll be $400 in Solana on Friday's live stream if we hit 850 likes. We have enough people in here, enough Mafia members in here to do it. Let's go. I think we can do it. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do 100 to 4 people. We'll do 200 to 2 people. We'll figure out what to do. But yeah. Let's see. Shout out to the Infinity said, bro, how do I handle an altcoin trade when BTC is not looking the same? Sometimes I find a good setup on an alt, but it doesn't go just because of BTC. How to know okay, yeah. So shout out to the Infinity, bro. Very good question and very important, and I have a very, very clear answer for this. And that answer is, if you are new to trading, if you're learning how to trade, stick to one asset. And why not stick to the market leader, right? If you are leverage trading, I don't recommend, unless you know what you're doing, stick to Bitcoin, right? I trade mostly Bitcoin. I'll trade Ethereum. I will trade alts from here to, from time to time. But I'm experienced, right? And to be quite honest, even being experienced, unless I see an absolute fire setup and I know Bitcoin's TA is lining up, I recommend you stick to Bitcoin, right? Because the only reason you would want to trade an altcoin is to amplify your gains, right? So, for example, if you put, the only reason you would trade an altcoin is to amplify the gains, right? Because if Bitcoin moves, like this, that's a 5% move, right? If you put a $1,000 trade in, you're not making a ton of money, right? But with leverage, if you're using the leverage responsibly, right? Remember, you have to do it responsibly. Leverage is a tool. It is not a gambling outlet. It can be a gambling outlet if you don't know how to use it. But if you know how to use it, you can actually use it as a tool to make more money. But, and that's what I do, right? This is not a huge move up on Bitcoin, right? If you buy Bitcoin, you're not making a lot of money on this unless you're investing a ton of money. But when you're leverage trading, you could turn a ton of money into this, right? Like we were up $7,000 on this little 5% pump to the upside. And so you're amplifying Bitcoin's percentage moves with the leverage. So you don't need the altcoins. So like really my recommendation, right? Not financial advice. But like what I wouldn't even recommend trading the altcoins, right? Stick to Bitcoin, master that one asset. All assets move differently. And especially when it comes to altcoins, like crypto in general, it's extremely volatile. There's a lot of leverage. My recommendation would be stick to Bitcoin, learn Bitcoin, master Bitcoin. Don't chase the shiny objects. This one's going to moon. If I catch it on 100x leverage, I'll make life-changing money. You're better off learning the skill of trading on Bitcoin and finding consistent moves over time. right? Rather than just going for a huge gain. And I don't know if that's what you're doing, bro, but just in general, that's what I would recommend, right? Just stick to Bitcoin. I wouldn't even be trading the altcoins, especially if you're just learning for that reason, right? Because you could find a fire setup on the altcoins, and if Bitcoin doesn't go, right, the alts are not going to follow. Or you might find a bearish setup on the altcoins, and then Bitcoin rips, and then your alts rip, right? So, I would just recommend trading the market leader. It's the easiest way to kind of avoid that issue. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, bro. Liked on both my accounts. Let's go. Shout out to Danny Wire. 433 likes, guys. 550 likes, and we'll take a look at some more altcoins. Let's go. I think we can do it. Bada boom. Don't trade XRP. 850 likes. $200 in Solana. Gen Z is the like police, baby. Let's go. Smash that like button, guys. And I will get a goat. I will get a pet goat, Phoebe. If we get 850 likes, I will seriously inquire about buying a goat. If we get 850 likes, we'll do $200 in Solana, and I will buy a goat and name it Phoebe. I don't know if I could keep it at my place. I might have to keep it somewhere else. But I will buy that goat, and I will own it, and I will FaceTime them if I can't live with them. If it can't live in my house, I will FaceTime it every day. I love guacamole. Shout out to Sergio. Let's go, bro. Let's see. Shout out to RC Moore. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says Popcat TA. What is the ticker on that? POP. Let's take a look here. Bada boom. Let's run it up to 500 likes, guys. In 3. Well, I'm going to count to 3. On the count of 3, everybody hit the like button at the same exact time. 446 likes right now. Let's run it up to 500. In the next, everybody hit it at once, and it will literally glitch out. I love to do this. I don't know if you guys can see it on your end, but I see it on my end. It goes up by 50. Let's get 550. All we need is 100 people to smash that like button. I know you're watching. I know you're getting that sauce. So on 3. 1, 2, 3. Smash that like button right now. We got some early people. Let's see if we can glitch it to 500 here. We're at 550 or 450. Let's go to 500. Let's see if it glitches in one shot. I should film this. Otherwise, it's not exciting for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, baby, let's go. Spam the chat. We got to get more people in here. 510. There we go. Glitched up to 510. Let's get it. See, maybe we just got to put a little bit more energy into pumping the likes button. Let's go. If I like it, unlikes. Let's go. Only like it an odd amount of times, guys. 1, 3, 5. You can't like it an even amount of times. 522. Come on, baby. 850. Run it up. Let's go. I see the reactions out here. Let's go. Come on. Phoebe wants the likes too. Phoebe's begging for the likes. 530. All right. We're almost at 550. More sauce. Thank you for sharing wisdom. Shout out to Crypto Owl. Anytime, bro. I got you. My girlfriend just asked if I liked it because she wanted to see the goat. Yo, let's go. Yeah, I will buy a goat, guys. I might have to keep it somewhere else, but I will get the like. I will get the goat. 50. 10 more, baby. And then we're almost to 850. Not really. Smash that like button, guys. I will buy a goat and give away $200 in Solana. Don't feed Phoebe spam. You guys are funny. All right, let's take a look here at Popcat. Let's take a look here. All right, so let's see. Higher highs on our price section. Lower highs on the momentum waves. Let's see. So daily bearish divergences are starting to form. Now, I will say this. Popcat's a little bit hard. There's not a lot of price history, right? So I don't have any read on money flow here, right? So very hard to say because it's not just a bearish divergence that you want to trade. You want to make sure money flow's confluent. You want to make sure you have other reasons to look for the move, right? So just in general, you are potentially printing some bearish divergences here on the daily. With that being said, let's pull the range. So this is the range I would look at. I'll give you the levels. And let's go. 550 likes, baby. We did it. Now we got to run up a couple more hundred. We did a few more hundred. Let's go. Keep spamming it, guys. But yeah, these are the. I'll mark these out so you guys can grab these. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. So there you go. This is the value area below. $1.47 value area high. $1.37 POC. $1.23 value area low. If we confirm the daily bear div, and we get a pullback, these are going to be the key levels to look at. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to go to zero necessarily, but these would be the levels, right? I would look for the POC golden pocket as a key level. I would look at the 786 value area low as a key level and the value area high, right? So if we pull back, value area high is absolutely critical, right? Because if we lose this, that's where you get accepted into the range. You're probably going to go down to the POC. Remember, get stuck under the value area high, you're looking to go down towards that POC. You lose the POC, you're looking to go down to the 786 and the value area low, right? So that's kind of what I would look at if you get the pullback off that daily bear div. But again, I can't read the money flow, right? Because we don't have the information. 8-hour money flow is just kind of, like even this, like it's just been in the green forever. Not a lot of price history, so it's a little bit hard to call here, to be quite honest. But those are the levels I would look at. I would probably, you don't have any 4-hour bear div really. Let's check the 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, you could say this looks like it's coiling up, but money flow's coming out on the 1 hour. I would probably be inclined to wait to see if you get the daily bear div and look for a cool off, right? Because you're 10-hour, looking for a 10-hour red dot. You're looking for an 8-hour red dot. You got a 6-hour red dot. Let's check that 30-minute money flow. Okay, so if you get the 8-hour red dot, I would look for a move down to the value area low potentially, or value area high potentially at $1.47 if and only if the 30-minute money flow crosses over at the same time. So 30-minute money flow crossover into the red with the 8-hour red dot printing, I would look for a pullback down here. That's what I would look at. Other than that, these are the key levels down below if you get the pullback. If you rip, I mean, I guess this is price discovery for PopCat, I assume. Who knows? It's hard to kind of call that if you get the push up. That's price discovery. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on PopCat. Let's see. What should we look at next? 570 likes, guys. Run it up. We're almost at 650. Run it up. Okay, let's see. Took a look at Nosana. We took a look at Solana. We took a look at PopCat. Let's take a look at Atom. Because I saw a bunch of people asking about Atom. Where is it? We're not talking about the guy. We're talking about the coin here, guys. Let's take a look. I'm actually going to take a look at Atom on the live stream chart here. Where is it? Bada boom. And there we go. Okay, so I mean, man, Atom is in an interesting situation, right? It's kind of in the same situation that we've been looking at. As we were approaching these lows, guys, we looked at this high volume node as an absolutely pinnacle level of support. Because if we lost this, we were looking at much lower prices on Atom. This was like the, oh my God, save me, hold my hand, coddle me, I'm scared level. We luckily held that. And now we are bing-bonging around in this value area, trying to get above it, losing it, trying to get back above it. As of right now, we are holding it. We have the daily red dot printing. Money flow is coming back out. Let's dig in here. 16-hour green dot's looking to print. 6-hour trigger wave is absolutely looking pretty sauced. That looks nice. 4 hours chopped up. I mean, this looks, Market Cipher looks like the price action. Right? This is choppy. This is not really trading territory for me. Yes, is this potentially some kind of a head and shoulders formation? Potentially. Let's see where that technical target could take us. Now, again, I wouldn't trade based off of that again, but if this was a head and shoulders and we were looking to kind of predict what price was going to do here and we were going to pull that technical target, I would probably pull that like this, and we'll pull it from the high to the low here, from the neckline to the low, I should say. Well, that brings you just about to your value area high. That would be nice to see. It does look a little head and shoulders-y, I will say that. But what I like here is the 2-day money flow. Like I talked about recently on a lot of these altcoins, lower lows on price action, higher lows on your momentum waves. That's your bull div. That's the potential bottom signal with your money flow coming up. Right? When you put a bull div in with money flow coming up, eventually if you see that money flow come up, those bull divs a lot of the time wind up being very strong bottoms. And you know we love those strong bottoms on this channel, guys. Mrs. Candles might be inflatable, guys. She might be inflatable, but she does have a strong bottom. It's like a kind of plasticky. Anyway, if you know, you know. But if we see this 2-day money flow cross up, guys, the goal here is to hold this value area low as support, sitting at $4.63. If that money flow crosses over into the green, we're looking up to the POC and then up to the value area high. And again, that measured move of this head and shoulders does also bring you up there, right? So that's kind of the bullish case there. Now, is it going to happen beautifully? Probably not. We're probably going to get all kinds of confusion. But right now, you are holding that value area low with this trigger wave, or not this trigger wave, with this green dot looking to print on the 12-hour. Let's see the lower time frame money flow. 8-hour money flow crossover into the green. 1-hour money flow crossing over into the green. So, yeah, I mean, this is your key level. 463. Hold above this. That's where you want to look for the bigger move up. But you could have some bing-bonging around here to do, right? Because red dot looking to print here on the 80-minute. 1-hour red dot also looking to print. So you might kind of bing-bonging around a little bit, but you really want to hold this. If you can hold this level of support, I do think this is the context I'd be looking at. Hold the low, and then in the long term, I know Adam's been absolutely getting crushed here. I hold a lot of Adam, guys. Trust me. Money flow continues up. This doesn't look bad, especially with the bull divs on the 2-day. Bull divs on the 2-day for the altcoins are typically nice moves, right? What happened last time we had a bull div on the 2-day with money flow coming up? This is a similar situation back here, right? Higher lows on your momentum waves, lower lows on your price action into a key level. Money flow wiggles up over time, and then you get the continuation up to your value area high. It's a similar situation here, right? Bullish divergence, money flow coming up. But we really got to see that money flow continue up. It's not an instant move, right? It's likely not going to be an instant move. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This one was more of an instant move. This one's kind of wiggling around, right? We got the move up and then maybe a higher low, right? This probably came in on a golden pocket 786. Well, how did we know, right? How did we know? Well, TA is magic, right? So, again, shout out to Lux Algo. If we pull up the price actions concepts here and we pull up a lower time frame, maybe we'll pull up something like the 4-hour. What are we looking at here? Actually, no. Let's pull up a, let's see. Maybe a daily. Not quite on the daily just yet. But just in general, right? You are looking to put that higher low in on a golden pocket 786. Let's get rid of the smart trail real quick. Right? You get the move up. You look for the higher low. And it could be coming in here. Right? So we got to hold that level of support. Higher lows, 786 golden pocket. Bada boom. We did that. So this is now your new key level of support. Please, for the love of God, hopefully we can hold this. Locally, I mean, if we pull this local fib, maybe we wiggle around a little bit, right? So we do have local levels down below. But for the most part, and I'll just give you the long term here on what do you call it? What is this? Atom, right? Lower lows, higher lows, boom, boom. Look for the move up, especially with that money flow on Market Cipher B coming up. Hopefully, we can get that to happen. 2-day money flows, crossovers into the green, are pretty powerful. You had one right here. Continuation up, higher low, bada boom, continuation. 2-day money flow, still got a little continuation, but we're not at this point in the market. This is the bear market. You want to favor money flow crossovers into the red on bear markets, right? So money flow crossover into the red, big continuation down, right? But if we are somewhere in here, right? This is more like where we are, according to the cycle, right? This 2-day money flow crossover into the green wound up. Well, I made a cross here, but right here, right? Wound up giving you the big move up, right? Bada boom. Even here, crossover into the green, big move up, right? So are we about to see the same thing? If we are in the same part of the cycle as you would think, could be if we get that 2-day money flow. Again, maybe we bing bong around a little bop, 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 but then eventually we get the bigger move up. Looking for that 2-day money flow crossover on Atom. I might buy some more down here, to be honest. Maybe it goes to 0, but hopefully not. Hopefully I could buy a little more down here and see this thing go. All right, so there we go. Let's see. Bada boom. All right, let's see. Shout out to Jesse. Says he'll instantly kick me. Oh, God. What are you talking about in the chat, Jesse? We don't want to kick you, bro. We want to keep you around. Let's see. What do you think about well? Speaking of wells, let's go ahead and take a sip of that Aztecian glacier water here. Moonwell? Is this what I think is what you're talking about, right? Let me know. Let's see. Ape. We can take a look at Ape. Let's take a look. I think this is going to be okay, let's take a look at I think this is what you want to see. I think this is Wells. Sorry, I had to check in on Bitcoin real quick, guys. All right, let's see here. This is interesting. Again, kind of a similar situation. We do have a lot more information than we did on PopCat. Let's see. 8 hour. Yeah, I mean, you're creeping up here. You're putting in some 8 hour bear divs. Money flow looks pretty decent, though. I will say that. Yeah, kind of hard. You don't really have any clean, volume value areas that I can pull here. Like this would be a area to look at if you get a move down. Like a bigger area if you get the bigger move down. But let's see. Let me pull up the VPVR real quick. Turn off that value area high, value area low, POC. Let's see. Daily money flow crossover into the green. I mean, this doesn't, or 3-day money flow crossover into the green, 2-day money flow crossover. You're getting the red dot. I would expect some turbulence, right? Some kind of turbulence. Maybe you get a bigger pullback. Maybe you just bounce around here. But I will say, daily green dot looking to print, that doesn't look too bad. This is kind of a hard chart to read, if I'm being quite honest with you. But I will say this. One thing I can tell you is you do have a very important level of support here. If you wind up losing, let me pull up the 4 hour real quick. You don't want to lose this zone. If you start losing this 786 as support, I'll just give you this. This one's a little hard to read, but if you lose this level, about 0.0462, this is probably going to give you a bigger move down. Why? You have a big gap in volume here, right? Quick moves up oftentimes lead to quick moves down, right? So if you break back into this zone, lose this 786, you could see that quick move down to this level here, which is the value area high sitting at 0.0372. That's what I would look for as far as key levels. Other than that, kind of hard to read. You're putting in bear divs, but you have a fresh green dot looking to print on your daily. That's not, that's a little confusing. But that's what I would look at. Be careful of this volume gap that you have here. Come on. Come on, volume. Come on. There we go. Watch that volume gap here. Be very careful. You lose that, probably bigger move down. But that, if you're going to get another move up, I'd watch that daily green dot about to print here. So there you go. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at ApeCoin, guys, because ApeCoin had a very, very large move to the upside here and a very big move to the downside as well. We looked at this on the recent run-up here on the 21st. We had this little local value area, but I'm going to take that out here because what did we do here? We came right into this previous value area, pulled from all the way back in 2023, December 2023. We extrapolated those levels all the way to the current price action, and look at what we wound up rejecting here. We wound up putting in some nasty bearish divergences here on ApeCoin, 30-minute. Nasty bear divs with money flow coming out. You probably had this on the 4 hour as well, if I had to guess. Ooh, not the 4 hour. Wow, that was an aggressive dump. But you do have it here on your 1 hour. You get the bear divs into your value area high. So even if you don't bing bong around in the value areas, you can still look for those bearish confirmations into the value area highs. Bearish retest on the POC. You lose it, back into this value area low, and now you're losing this value area. Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. Whoops. So let's take a look here. On the daily, I mean, these are pretty local levels, to be quite honest. I would even, let's get rid of these local levels, and I'll pull this larger volume profile. I'll get rid of all these, because these are pretty local. I will pull, let's see. You might be able to pull this kind of whole area. See if I like that. I don't love that. I do like this. So, yeah, this is kind of what I would look at. These are probably bada boom. Pull that. Get the horizontal raise. Boom, boom, boom. And then let me just get this a little bit more to where I want it. Bang. So that is probably what I would look at. So I would lower range. I mean, could probably look at this local range as well. Let me see something here. Yeah, maybe I do incorporate this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this profile. Bada boom. So this is probably the profile I would look at. So you're right on that value this value area low. And you could break this out, right? You could look at this as a separate profile potentially, but this is kind of what I would look at. If you're going to break down out of here, the next place to look is going to be down here towards this like lower profile, which I would pull to here, right? So these are the major value areas on ApeCoin. You break out here, and this kind of gives you that same theory, right? The auction market theory. You have one of your ranges up here. This is one value area. This is another value area. You get the imbalance. You seek out that previous area, right? So this is your key level you want to hold. If you stay above this value area low, you know, hopefully you can get above here. Your 2-day and 3-day money flow. 2-day money flow has crossed over into the green. Remember, typically where a lot of times where you see bigger moves up, money flow crosses into the green. You get the big move up. But now your 3-day money flow doesn't look too bad. But that 3-day VWAP coming down, you might be able to cool off a little. I don't know. It's very hard to call this short term just because this was such an aggressive move up. But what I can tell you is this is the key level. Like this is key. You want to get back above this level. If you could hold above this level, that's where you could potentially continue to build value in here, right? Hold the value area low, look to continue to the POC, flip the POC, go back to the high. This is the big key level. Value area low of this macro range. If you lose this, you are definitely going to be at least at risk of getting a move down to about 98 cents. Is that 98 cents? Yeah. And why is that, right? If I pull up that VRVP or VPVR, as some people like to call it, pretty big gap down here to about 99 cents, 98 cents, right? So you don't have a lot of volume holding you up. So if you get rejected out of this volume profile, you could get a quick move down here. There was nothing built here, right? This oftentimes likes to get filled. When you get these big impulses up, a lot of times you like to get that to get filled. So if you lose this value area low, I would look down to about 99 to 98 cents. But in the grand scheme of things, that's only a small level of support. And it could be just a quick move down to the previous value area low, which is a more significant level, in my opinion, at about 85 cents. So those are the key levels I would look at. Not only the key levels, but what I would expect if you lose certain levels. You lose this, probably going to be a quick move down here with the possibility of getting support at that 99 cent shelf of volume, which is also in line with this little consolidation up here. So that's kind of what I would look at. But hopefully you could just get these, 8-hour green dot and just get this thing to continue in. But those are definitely the key levels. Value area low right here, 100%. Your most important level, because you lose that, it opens the door to the much bigger move down. If I pull this fib, let me pull from the absolute low to the high. Yeah, I wouldn't actually. Let me pull it to the impulse maybe. Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to hold above this. Otherwise, that's what I would look at for sure. I'm going to keep it at that. Pretty simple. Big old volume gap. Danger. This is your danger zone. That is definitely going to be your danger zone. So there you go. So who's that? Could be looking for a much bigger move down for ApeCoin. Shout out to anybody who caught that pump. But with all that being said, guys, I think that is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for sticking around till the end of the stream and smashing that like button. We got 664 likes, guys. 850. We got $200 in Solana given away. Smash that like button on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Let's see. Danger, high voltage. Let's go. We made it, baby. Shout out to Nirvana. But guys, thank you so much for 25x short beam X, everybody. Shout out to Crypto Owl said it, not me. But shout out to Crypto Owl. Thank you guys for tuning in and sticking around to the end of the live stream. Hopefully this gave you some insight, not only into the altcoins, but what I am looking at here coming up next for Bitcoin, holding that $153,000 long, and now entering that starter short position as we have come up to our targets that we were looking at yesterday. And hopefully we've been able to be that guiding light in this crazy market, calling these moves for the Candle Mafia. Hopefully we could just keep Bitcoin under our thumb and just keep making it do what we want to, and we can keep cashing out here on the way to a very profitable week here with the Candle Mafia. So shout out to you guys. Again, if you want to trade with us in the Discords or the dining room, links in the description down below. Sign up for the affiliates, get in the dining room, get in the free Discord if you can't shell out the money for that stuff. But yeah, come trade with us, guys. We're having a great time. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I mean that. I don't just say it because I'm on camera. I couldn't do this without you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them two bells ready. Space shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working, I'm up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
So, when do you think you can get them? I only need one. It has to be a female, yeah. I already have the name. So you have to keep it by you. Okay. So I can't keep it in my house? But they're cute. They're hilarious. They're cute. How is it going to, it's a goat. How is it going to destroy my house? Don't they have like regular teeth? They don't have sharp teeth. Even a pygmy goat, like a small one? Okay. But I could get it and keep it. Will you FaceTime? Can I FaceTime him whenever I want? Okay. All right. And you're sure I can't keep it in my house? Like, what if I just like redo a room and make it like a goat room? Or in the backyard? It's okay. It kind of, okay. All right. It's not going to be yet. Next time we hit a light goal. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Because, yeah, I don't know, 850. We got close to 850. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, I got to go. All right, bye. All right, guys. Well, okay, I have a connect. I have a plug for a goat. And they do have females, and I can name it Phoebe. I asked if I could keep it in the house, and they say that it's not a good idea. They say it's not a house pet. Even if you get the small ones, the little pygmy goats, they're cute, but they're not good house pets. So I can't do that, unfortunately. But I will get the goat, guys. I will get the goat. But we're raising it. Next time we get 1,000 likes, I will buy a goat. God willing. Anyway. Hasta pasta, guys. I'm going to go shopping for goats. That's all I got. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to